Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Kendra, and today I'm sharing some cards that I made with the Pink and Main January of 2025 Crafty Courtyard Kit called Circle Flip Card. And here's a quick look at what all's included in the kit. You get a sheet of ice rink cardstock, 2 sheets of metallic foil cardstock, plus 4 sheets of colored cardstock, a zippered project pouch, a sampler pack of 10 sheets of 5.5 by 8.5 inch size pattern paper called Watercolor Spring, plus 2 sentiment stamp sets, hello and thank you, and the circle flip die set that includes the dies to make the circle flip card, plus some flowers, leaves, and foliage, and the word and shadow dies that say thank you and hello. You also get an exclusive confetti mix and pink sticky gems. So let's jump right in. I went ahead and cut all of the cardstock in half so that I could either use it for card bases or use it with the dies in the set to cut out the words and flowers. Off camera, I glued together the word and shadow die pieces, and I also cut out the stitch circle pieces out of different colored cardstock and also cut out the flowers and the leaves. The 2 smaller stitched pieces are for the layers that will go on the front of the card, these here, and then the larger piece in the middle, that is what actually cuts the half circle or semicircle from the middle of the card base. Now if you turn the packaging over, it shows you how to place the die on your cardstock. It says this piece is placed at the front edge of your A2 card to cut the semicircle and score the fold lines. So depending on the type of die cutting machine you have, you'll either place the die down first on a magnetic mat like I'm doing here on my Anna Griffin Empress machine, or you'll place your cardstock down first if you have a manual machine like a Spellbinder's Platinum 6 machine or a Big Shot, and then you would place the die on top of that. But I'm placing the cardstock on top of the die and lining up the corners with the 2 notches in those top corners, and I'm adding a little piece of mint tape to the top here to help hold it in place while I run it through my machine. So this now has a half circle cut from the center and score lines next to it. So before I fold it, I'm taking my scoreboard and I'm scoring this at 4¼ inches and then folding it in half and burnishing along that fold. Now I usually use a Teflon bone folder so that I don't get a shiny line from using the plastic scorer that came with my scoreboard, but I cannot find my Teflon bone folder. It's hiding somewhere on my desk, which is a messy desk, by the way. Now I'm folding back along that score line so that the half circle lays against the back side of the cardstock and the flap on the front is folded back. So now I'm going to take the stitch dies and cut out the layers for the fronts from this pattern paper here, but I went ahead and cut out the rest of my card bases while I still had that die on there. So now I have 4 card bases and I've already scored and folded all of them except for this white one here. So I can show you again. You score it, you fold it, you burnish it, you fold the flap back, and then burnish along those score lines. Now on the pink card base, the mint tape tore it a little bit, but I think I'll be able to cover it up with the layers. So I went ahead and I cut these pattern papers in half, and I butted both of those dies up together on my magnetic mat so that I could cut both from the 4¼ by 5.5 inch panel. And after it's cut, you'll see that there's a circle in the middle of the scrap piece that's just the right size for that separate stitch circle that's in the die set, and you can cut that out of the middle piece here. So I definitely did that on all of the panels, and if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that I don't like to leave scraps. That's the whole reason I created Kendra's Card Challenges, is basically to figure out a way to make a bunch of cards with pattern paper and not have any scraps left over. So I went ahead and cut all of the layers for 4 cards and the inside circle pieces. So now I have one that has yellow, green, and blue, another one with almost all of the colors, and then the 2 striped ones. And so I'm just going to match up which card base I'm going to use with each of the pairs of pattern paper. And then I'm also selecting which colors of the 2 solid stitch circles that I cut out to use on each card. And then I'm also matching up the word and shadow dies. And what I did was I made sure to pull in colors from the pattern papers for each component and that it was included. So you'll see here I'm discovering that the pink doesn't match the yellow, green, and blue piece, so I swap a few things around. But once I've decided on all of this, I'm going to be stamping the sentiments on the inside circle piece for all 4 of these cards. So I'm using my Misti stamping platform and some VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink, and I'm stamping one of the circles for each card with a sentiment to match the word and shadow die cut that will be on the front. So I stamped the 2 cards with hello first. The first one I stamped said, "My sweet friend," and the second one says, "Just wanted to say hi." Now most of the flowers that I cut were either dark blue or light blue, but I did cut out 3 pink flowers. So I'm going to be trying to match everything together. And then next I cut the 2 sentiments that go with the thank you word and shadow die cuts. One says, "I really appreciate you," and the other says, "You are appreciated." I can never have too many thank you cards, so I know I'll be using these stamps and dies all of the time. And I have to say, I think this Crafty Courtyard Kit is one of my favorites. Not only do you get a huge die set that makes a fun fold card, but you get extra word dies and 2 stamp sets plus this beautiful paper. I just absolutely love it. So as I finish the stamping and start assembling the cards, I will tell you a little bit more about the Crafty Courtyard Kits. They are a monthly subscription kit, and the base price is $34.99, and a shipping charge is added based on your location. So if you want to receive a kit in the mail each month, you can join as a subscriber on the Pink and Main website. And what's great about being a subscriber is that you can receive 15% off other products in the store while you're a subscriber. So when you subscribe to the kits, it will be shipped around the 15th of the month, but you can still sign up and purchase through the end of the month unless it sells out. And then your subscription will change to the next month's box on the 1st. And then you can also purchase some of these items individually from the Pink and Main website once they're released. Now, if you'd like to subscribe to the kits, I will have an affiliate link below in the description box. And if you make a purchase with this link, I earn a small commission at no extra cost to you, and this helps to support my channel. So you may notice as I put the different cards together that I arranged the flowers a little differently for each card. The placement took a little bit to get it just right, and then for embellishing the cards, I either used the pink sticky gems or the confetti mix. Now I did pop up some of the elements on a few cards with some foam tape. Now earlier I mentioned my quarterly card challenges, so let me tell you a little bit more about these in case you're not familiar. I provide a free PDF printable that includes instructions on how to take 6 sheets of 6" by 6" pattern paper and cut it so that you can get 15 cards from those cut pieces. The cutting guides have measurements on each piece, and there are circled numbers which indicate which sketch that piece goes with, and there are scissors which show where to make your first cut, and then there are some sketches, there's 15 of them, that are color coded, and they show where each of the pieces go on the sketch. Now the sketches also have measurements on each of the pieces in case you don't want to make all 15 cards at once. But by entering photos of your cards, you can have a chance to win some amazing prizes, including a prize pack from Pink and Main each month and a $25 gift certificate to the online store at the end of the quarter. Pink and Main has been a long-time prize sponsor for my card challenges, and I am so thankful to Michelle for her generosity and support. Now while I put together the rest of the cards, I'm going to put on some music.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all, standing tall. Fear I weighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
So remember those circles that I cut out of the middle of the pattern paper? I wanted to create a card where I didn't use the circle flip die. So just a regular A2 card. And I wanted to share a tip with you on how you can add extra interest to your cards if you're just starting out and have minimal supplies. So if you don't have embossing folders, you can always use your scoreboard to create some texture. So I took a half sheet of yellow cardstock and I started scoring it at 4 1/4 inches, and then I scored along every score line on the scoreboard going left. So every 1/8 of an inch from right to left. And then when I got to the corner of the scoreboard, it was a little tricky to hold down the cardstock and get the last few scores, but I knew I'd be trimming it down anyway, so I cut it to 4 by 5 1/4 inches. And if you like lots of layers, you can always cut this down to 3 3/4 by 5 inches and add a layer behind it. Now, it's difficult to see the texture on camera, but all of these lines look like I ran it through a striped embossing folder. And you can always turn it the other way and score it to give it a crisscross pattern too. And flipping it over to use the back side will give it a different look if you want to do that. But I just decided to use the deboss side, I guess that's what you call it, where the lines are indented in instead of being raised. And then I placed the circle in the middle that was stamped with "I really appreciate you," and I added the thank you word and shadow die above it, and then I added a trio of flowers on the bottom right corner, and I finished it off with some pink sticky gems. And here you have my 5th card using this kit. So here is a quick look at the 4 circle flip cards that I made. And I placed all of the flowers in different arrangements so they all have a different look to them. And this one I just decided not to put the leaves on there. I like the way it looked with just the light blue flowers. And this one is very elegant looking. And then here are all 5 of the cards together. I really hope you enjoyed this video and you like my cards. And I'd appreciate it if you'd give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not already a subscriber, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. Let me know that you stopped by down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.